Good morning again, everyone. We're making progress on this Truth Scriptures to Anak. This morning we're up to Barashiyt, so named Genesis chapter 19. Keep on. Here we go. We'll get started. Sorry about the delay. So the two messengers went to Sodom in the evening, and and Lut was sitting at the gate of Sodom. When Lut saw them, he ran up to go meet them, and he bowed himself with his face toward the ground. Then he said, "Look, please, my masters, come inside your servant's house and spend the night, and wash your feet. Then rise up early and go on your way." However, they said, "No, we will stay in the open square all night." But he urged them strongly, so they followed him and entered his house. Then he made a feast and baked unleavened bread, and they ate. But before they laid down, the men of the city, the men of Sodom, surrounded the house, both young and old, people from every quarter of the area surrounding the house. They called out to Lut and said to him, "Where are the men who went into your house tonight? Bring them out to us so that we may sleep with them." So Lut went out to them through the doorway and shut the door behind him. He said, "Please, my brothers, do not do this evil. Look, two of my daughters have not slept with a man. Please let me bring them out to you, and do to them as you wish. Only do nothing to these men, because they have come under the protection of my house." However, they said, "Stand back." Then they said about Lut, "This one come in to live among us, and should he always be a judge? Now we are going to deal worse with you than with them." And they pressed hard against Lut and came close to breaking down the door. But the messengers inside reached out their hands, brought Lut inside the house with them, and shut the door. Then they struck the men who were at the door of the house with blindness, both small and great, so that they struggled to find the door. The messenger said to Lut, "Do you have anyone else here with you? Bring your sons-in-law and your sons and your daughters and whoever else you have in the city. Bring them out of here, because we are going to destroy this place." The cry against the people here has grown great before Yahuwah, and Yahuwah has sent us to destroy it. So Lut went out and spoke to his sons-in-law, who married his daughters, and said, "Get up and get out of this place, for Yahuwah is about to destroy this city." But his sons-in-law thought he was joking. When morning dawned, the messengers asked Lut, saying, "Arise, take your wife and your two daughters who are here with you now, unless you be consumed with the sin of the city." But Lut hesitated, so the messengers grabbed hold of his hand and the hand of his wife, and the hands of his 2 daughters, because Yahuwah was compassionate to Lut. Then they brought them out of the city. It came to be when they had brought them outside of the city that one of the messengers said, "Escape with your life, do not look behind you, nor stay anywhere in the whole plain. Escape to the mountains, unless you shall be consumed." Lut said to them, "Oh no, my Yahuwah, look, please, your servant has found favour in your eyes, and you have shown such loving kindness, which you have magnified by saving my life. I cannot escape to the mountain, because I believe evil will overtake me there, and then I will die. Look, please, there is a city that is near that I can flee to, and it is a little city. Please let me escape there instead. Do you see how little it is? My life will be saved there." He said to him, "See, I have accepted your proposition, so I shall not destroy the city of which you have spoken. Hurry yourself, escape there, for I cannot do anything until you are there." Therefore the name of the city was called Tsar. The sun had risen on the earth when Lut entered Tsar. Then out of the heavens Yahuwah rained sulphur and fire on Saddam and on Amorah. He destroyed those cities, all the plain, all the inhabitants in the cities, and all that grew on the ground. But Lut's wife looked back behind him, and she suddenly became a pillar of salt. Abraham got up early in the morning to go to the place where he had stood before Yahuwah. He looked towards Saddam and Amorah, and toward all the land of the shrubs. Sorry, that doesn't make sense. I went to the wrong page. Plain. He saw the smoke of the land that went up as the smoke of a furnace. It came to be when Eluas destroyed the cities of the plain that Yahuwah remembered Abraham and sent Lut out of the midst of the destruction when he destroyed the cities where Lut lived. Then Lut left out of Tsar and went to live in the mountains, and he took his 2 daughters with him, because he was afraid to live in Tsar. He lived in a cave with his 2 daughters. The firstborn daughter said to the younger daughter, "Our father is old, and there is not a man on the earth who will come to marry us, based on the state of the earth now. Come, let us make our father drink wine, and we will sleep with him, so that we may preserve the seed of our father." So they made their father drink wine that night. Then the firstborn went in and slept with her father. He did not realize when she lay down, nor when she left. Then one day the firstborn said to the younger, "See, I slept with my father last night. Let us make him drink wine again tonight, and then you may preserve the seed of our father." They made their father drink wine that night also. The younger daughter got up and slept with him. He did not realize when she lay down either, nor when she left. Thus both the daughters of Lut became pregnant by their father. The firstborn gave birth to a son and called his name Moab. He is the father of Moabim today. The younger sister also gave birth to a son and called his name Ban Ami. He is the father of the children of Amunim of today.